Whoever, maybe not this guy, but whoever messed with the mics, plugged in a different mic, a third mic that we don't use.
Oh.
And
so you were
talking
to
the main one. To the main one that we're supposed to use. And I'm looking at the wires, I'm like, they mix them up, and it's just, so whoever set it up, you know, pissed me off. That's it. It's just a crappy interview. So at the beginning of my intro, I just say, my audio's going to be a little low. I listen back to it. You can hear me.
Right.
It's fine. It just definitely is annoying. It's annoying. It's unprofessional and whack, you know?
It's whack.
So, yeah, I just got pissed. But anyways, technical difficulties, you know how it goes. Are you ready, sir?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Media Mixtape Podcast. It is your boy, Obi Jack, sitting next to me, my brother, Josh G.
What up? I know, they can't tell, Jake. They can't tell we're sitting next to each other because someone...
Look, technical difficulties, and that technical difficulty is I forgot the memory card for the camera, okay?
Technical difficulties with Jacob's brain technically is off because he's dumb.
Yeah, I forgot. I edited the podcast at home, and I forgot to bring the memory card.
You know, it's just funny because Jake has been saying for like months, like, I'll just take the memory card home and I'll edit shit.
It's funny because I put it in
and I'm like, I just do it here right now. That's always my mindset. And then I'm like, whatever, do what you want to do. Jake does it, takes it home. The first time Jake takes it home to edit, he forgets to bring it back.
No, listen. I was telling myself all week.
Yeah.
Don't forget this memory card.
Of course, yeah.
And I forgot.
That's how it goes, yeah.
So
unless you put that shit like right, you know?
Yeah.
It has to be in your car already at that moment when you have that thought. That's it. Yeah,
that's what I need to do next time. But so
you can't see our beautiful faces.
Yeah, it's going to be only audio on YouTube, but I will be posting a video, so don't worry about that.
Yeah.
If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. We appreciate it. We've been getting a lot of YouTube views.
Really?
Now, a lot is relative.
8
compared to like,
0.
we used to get 2,
3, yeah.
At the most, and like 7.
And that's usually us, checking to make sure it's good. Like 2 of those automatic. Jake checks on his phone. I check on my phone.
So separately. It's really 0.
Because I get notified on my own YouTube channel.
But we've been getting like 15, 20. Some of them had like almost 40 views.
Wow.
So I appreciate everybody who does watch on YouTube.
Unfortunately,
you
can't see.
Theo Eddie watches. He just hit me up the other day. So
unfortunately, you can't watch our beautiful faces this time, but it's all good. It's all good.
There will be audio up. So if you're listening to this, obviously you know that already. So
and if you don't want to watch on YouTube, or if YouTube is a normal way to do it, you do it. But if you check out the Apple Podcasting app, check out the Spotify app, check out Podbean as well. Can you find us on Podbean, or is that just
you can find us on Podbean.
Find us on Podbean as well.
Matt, our barber, he says he waits for the YouTube, so he's like, if it's not on YouTube, I'm not. I don't listen to it.
Well, fuck the barber. Right? Fuck Matt. Just kidding. He's
So, anyways, let's get into it.
Obviously, how that shut the barbershop. They should be playing it on the TV. I'm gonna tell them that next time I see them.
True.
At least once. At least when I walk in, you know. They should pretend like you're watching.
Charge it extra for a haircut.
Yeah.
But anyways, as you can tell by the title, and obviously we'll get into that news a little bit later, but we're going to be doing our top 5 favorite Migos tracks in dedication for Takeoff, who unfortunately passed away yesterday or this morning, actually.
This morning. As we're recording this, obviously you guys will listen to us a day later.
Yeah.
But just super unfortunate news. I mean, I woke up to it and just kind of, my girlfriend told me, and
it's like one of those, I mean, it's the same thing that happened when Kobe passed away. It's like you just don't believe it.
I mean, yeah, honestly. And
just go, no, there's no way. There's no way that Takeoff passed.
Exactly. And it just kind of really is unfortunate. And I think as hip-hop fans, at least I can speak for myself in saying that I just don't, that's the one part of hip-hop that I don't enjoy. This kind of constant, I don't know if it's a mentality, I don't know if it's part of the culture or what, but this constant like issue where we lose artists due to either whether it's drug related, or like this with gun related, gun violence, and just for almost to be honest, for nothing. When you really break it down for why we lost this situation, reportedly it was over gambling. I guess we don't have details, and so it's just unfortunate, I think, to continue to lose artists and to lose anybody to gun violence in the world. Of course, it's super unfortunate. But in this situation, Takeoff is an artist who was 28 years old. Been in the rap game since he was 17, maybe a little bit younger than that.
Yeah.
Even. And so,
I mean, just
for him to be a living legend at 28.
Yeah.
And to get his life taken away is
there's no doubt like what the Migos and Takeoff have done for hip hop.
Yeah. And they ran it for 10 years. I mean,
you may not like love the Migos or but there's no doubt with the amount of tracks that they've put out,
the impact that you have.
The impact.
So I saw a news report that was talking about it out there in Dallas, and I believe it was Dallas. And in Texas, somewhere in Texas, and so or Houston, it might be Houston. Either way, she was reporting out there, and she was like, you know, even if you don't recognize the name Migos right off the bat, you've heard their song.
Yeah,
like, it's a guarantee you've heard one of their songs. We were fortunate enough to see them in concert. Shout out to the Migos. We saw them with a Drake opening for Drake, and that was incredible. And I always thought it was funny. Speaking of Takeoff, like. He didn't have that, like, at least at the time I watched him, he didn't have this crazy stage presence where he was like, I'm gonna be dancing and hyping up. Yeah. He was dead ass like leaning on like a stage prop.
Different kind of like in his own world.
He was just sitting there. Yeah, really. But when he went to start spitting, it was just like I remember thinking it was funny that he wasn't really like hyping the crowd up or anything, but it was so dope to see him go from just sitting there chilling, doesn't really look like he wants to be there, and when his you know you hear his voice on the mic, it was instantly like
just different.
His flow was crazy, man. It was effortless. He was leaning back, chilling, like effortlessly spitting, you dude,
and entertaining somehow.
Yeah.
And you're like he was literally just walking around the stage. Rapping his verse, but it just was like, it's just intriguing.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter to like compare. I don't want to compare the Migos and pin them up against each other, but I will say I've said this multiple times, like Takeoff to me might have been the best rapper of the group.
Yeah, you definitely
he had that nice combo of the flow with the lyricism. I think Offset had it as well with the flow, but for the most part, I've said it before. I think Takeoff might have been the best rapper. You know, we could argue all day about it, but I might have been the best rapper of the group, and I thought he was so talented. And again, 28 years old, like living legend at 28, could have retired at 28 years old and never rapped again and chilled.
We're the same age. That really hit me today. I was talking to somebody about it, and I just was like, damn, like we're the same age, bro.
And you think about with your life, you're like, I'm
like, bro, I have so much.
Yeah, you hope, and you obviously
are
expecting so much more out of your life. So, exactly, same thing.
Very sad. He will be missed for sure, and our condolences out to definitely Quavo and Offset. I can only imagine what they're going through right now.
Yeah, and all his friends and family, and I believe the story is right now that Quavo was there, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Something like, I mean, you know how those reports are.
Yeah, reports are crazy.
Some reports say he was, some say he was somewhere else in the same city. So,
either way, condolences to his friends and family, everyone who was affected by this tragedy. It really is a tragic day, man.
So to put it on more of a positive note, we're going to talk about our favorite songs from the Migos. Yeah, and kind of dedication to him. So.
If you're a Migos fan, you might not love our lists, but we did our best. I mean, the Migos have put out so much music that Jake and I have listened to.
Yeah, I mean, they put out a lot of music. So
in general, So. Hopefully you guys can appreciate our list a little bit, but if you're a Migos fan, maybe it won't be your favorites. But these are our personal favorites of what I heard and what I listened to and what I liked from them. So we'll definitely go over the top 5
later. We'll get into that a little bit later. I'm going to get into some movie news first. Starting off with Lupita Nyong'o will star in A Quiet Place Day 1. The spin-off film releases March 8th, 2024. So she's going to be leading the third installment for A Quiet Place.
It makes me a little sad that they're making another one. I will say, shout out to John Krasinski. The first two were great.
John Krasinski,
However you feel about this, I thought the first two were great. Second one didn't add a crazy amount to the first one, but it definitely was a nice sequel. Solid sequel.
I'll say it was pretty. I mean, the first one is like so great.
So good.
Was it The Quiet Place where you took forever to watch it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, okay.
But the second one I watched it immediately. Right. I watched it in theater, I believe.
Off the strength of the first one, because the first one's amazing.
Yeah. I pretty much watched the first one, then a couple weeks later, I think the second one came out. Yeah. That's how long it took. I was.
First one's great. I would say I think the second one's pretty close.
It holds up to a solid sequknow.
Yeah.
I still like the first one better.
Yeah, for sure.
But because the second one kind of felt a little bit like I don't know, maybe they showed the monsters too much.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like the first one is very much suspense.
What is it? What does it look like?
Thriller kind of, and when you high tension. Yeah, mm-hmm. And the second one's more of this is an alien movie.
And this is a story, and this is like a continuation of the first one and what happened after. And then this next one seems to be the original, how it all started, which is interesting because I think we all want to know that. And I think they can kind of have a little bit of both mixed in. A little bit of part one and part two. Like the strengths of both those movies, you could definitely mix that into a new one where people learn how to they have to be quiet and you know, have those struggles of learning how to be quiet to begin and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's interesting. I am a little bit sad they're making a third one because it's like you're really franchising out this one. You're really.
I mean, they both made so much money. It's like
you're really not walking on thin ice, but it's like at any point there could be a huge drop off, right?
Eventually, you're gonna go, all right, that was not good.
Yeah, so it makes me nervous. I don't want there to be any attachment to the Quiet Place movies of like, oh, but the third one was ass though. Like I don't want that. Yeah. So I'm a little nervous about it. But you gave me Lupita. Obviously, she's a great actor. So I'm excited about that.
And it's called The Quiet Place Day One. So it's gonna obviously be based around the day that all this stuff starts popping off. So it's probably not gonna be no talking, and it's gonna be an alien movie again, which I think I'm fine with, especially with Lupita as the leading role. So
yeah, exactly. Is John Krasinski still directing? Do you know that or not?
I don't know that, but I would assume not, just because it's the third in a franchise. I mean,
he was even iffy on the second one, I think.
Yeah.
Being a part of the second one.
I think there was an interview even where he said...
Might have just sold it.
Yeah, probably.
The studio.
Executive produce.
Yeah.
John Krasinski. I'm the GOAT. I'm the GOAT of directors. 2 for 2.
I like how you call him the GOAT, but you didn't watch The Office.
But I just like him, bro.
I know, but you gotta watch The Office, dude.
I watched some of The Office.
Watch it from the beginning. Does Karina like The Office?
I don't know.
You never talked about it?
No, I don't think so.
By the way,
maybe she's seen some of it, but...
Speaking of shows, super off topic. I'm thinking about getting into animes. Your thoughts?
I've thought about that, but I'm like, some of them are like, yeah, there's like fucking 1,000 episodes. I'm like,
that's what I told my friend. I'm like, look, just don't give me one that has 800 seasons, and I'll be all right.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna start. I believe you guys. Let me know out there any anime fans out there. I have a good close coworker of mine who's a big anime fan. Shout out to Koyo. But he recommended me a few. I watched some trailers. And I said, you know what? Out of the ones I got recommended, I think I'm gonna start with Demon Slayer. And that's the one that had a movie that came out.
I've heard that's like the best one to start with.
A movie came out recently. It was in theater and everything with that story. I think. So obviously good enough to hit the theaters. So I'm gonna start with Demon Slayer. I think.
I would be down. I just, and I hate, like, I'm so old now that it's like, well, when you're a kid, you go, what? There's so much time in the day. There's no time in the day.
There's zero time. Negative
zero time in the day.
There's negative time. We're late right now.
Yeah.
Like right now, it's 7:30 and I'm like, let's hurry up.
Yeah.
Because I got somewhere to be.
And it's like, so I'm definitely at that point in my life where I'm like, there's just not enough time, bro.
Yeah.
I can't sit down and watch
Shut up.
I can't sit down and watch a TV show, especially if it has 1,000 episodes. So
yeah, I agree. But I'm gonna try it out, and that's the hard thing too. Is like my friend was like, another friend of mine, which I was a fan. I'm not even an anime fan. He was like, oh, are you gonna be one of those you gotta watch in Japanese people? And I was like, yeah, I am. What the fuck you mean? It's anime, like,
Yeah,
I gotta watch shit in Japanese. What do you mean?
Then you gotta read the
just dub it over. He's like, because sometimes I'm doing shit and I just can't read what they're saying. I was like, that's true. I'm gonna be a little nervous about when I look down to eat. And they say some shit, and I gotta be like, "What'd he say?" So I'm nervous about that, but I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna try it out, and if I don't like it or I can't make it happen, then I definitely.
I just hate subtitles because I'm just reading instead of watching the show.
But you watched Parasite,
yeah,
and it was incredible.
No, it was great, but
that was 2 hours of you reading subtitles straight.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. This is a show though, where you're gonna be like, day after day, week after week watching this. It's like, bro, I can't.
Yeah, but you watch one episode a day.
And there's like action movies.
This is my plan. I'm planning on watching like one episode kind of ish a day.
Yeah.
I'm not going to binge it really because I just don't have the time for that.
Right.
I'll probably watch it while I'm at work doing stuff. Like, because I don't really, there's times at my job where I could chill and just kind of watch stuff. So I'm going to try to do that stuff and start from there and see how it goes.
I'm not trying to sway you in any way.
Yeah.
But do what you want to do. I just feel like me personally, I don't like subtitles.
You're going to dub it over.
Yeah, I would dub it, yeah.
Disrespect to the entire
I would dub it because, like you said, I'm eating,
culture.
Doing something else. I can kind of do two things at once and listen to what they're saying.
Yeah. It's so funny. I want to just eat like, just like grub, dude. Like, the idea of just grubbing and eating and watching some anime just seems so fucking dope.
You can't, like right now, I can't sit down for my lunch at work and until I have a YouTube video ready or something. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I love eating and watching stuff.
Yeah.
And the fact that I would have something to go to every single time is fucking sick. I'm excited about it. And I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. Starting very soon. I don't know when I'm going to start, but I'm starting very soon.
All right, so moving on to total sidetrack. Moving on from that, Yahya Abdul-Mateen will play Wonder Man in the upcoming MCU series.
Oh, okay.
You know him from Candyman. You know him from
somewhere else too, but Candyman is the most
Black
recent.
Mirror, the weird episode.
Okay,
the
weird episode.
Yeah, where he falls in love with this homie.
I didn't watch that one
in the video game.
No, I didn't watch that one.
They do like a VR.
I was gonna say I don't remember him being in any Black Mirror episodes that I watched, but I only watched the first couple of seasons. I think.
They go into VR. To another sidetrack. They go into VR and they play this video game, but it's like you could feel the video game. Yeah, spoiler. Sorry.
You already spoiled it by saying he fucking falls in love with his homie.
Oh yeah, my bad. Sorry. Hey, Black Mirror's been out, bro. Yeah. This episode's like years old.
Fair, but I'm
this
a little
is like
bit
before the pandemic.
Now I'm not gonna fucking watch it probably because the whole twist is important there.
Yeah, well, anyways, he falls in love with his homie. But so they play VR, they play, it's like Tekken kind of, looks like Tekken, but when they go into the game, one of them was a girl, one of them was a guy. And they're like,
that's tough, dude.
They're like fighting each other, and then they like start having sex with each other.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough, bro. Like, how do you, like, you love your homie, you know? And if you're telling me your homie's a fine chick at the same time, it's like, it's kind of hard, you know? I'm saying, like, in the game, in a video, you know, I love my homie, and then all of a sudden, like, he's virtually, I'm living in this
crazy.
world.
Yeah, well, that's
because it's not VR, it's
you're in like, yeah, you're in that world and you can feel it. Yeah,
exactly.
It's a wild ass episode. It's definitely worth the watch, even though you know the twist. It's worth the watch because you're just like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, I'm not. By the way, I'm not. All my homies out there, I'm not considering ever. If I just imagine you with boobs,
love it. But no, but that's also part of the story too. Is that they meet in the real world and they're like, we gotta fucking kiss because to figure this is
real or not.
Yeah. And they're like, okay, no, we don't fucking.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, we don't love each other, but we
you
also
spoiled the whole thing. It's all good.
Hey, just watch the rest of Black Mirror, bro.
But yeah, okay. So shout out to him.
You would mainly know him from Candyman.
Yeah. I didn't even know why you dove that deep into Black Mirror when we all know.
Crazy episode.
We all know Candyman. Oh, that guy. We all knew. Everyone was on the same page.
Kinda. What is he on that stuff? Anyway, so yeah, you know him from Candyman, and he's gonna be the new Wonder Man. Sorry.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Moving on from that. A24 is developing a Friday the 13th prequel series called Crystal Lake. I'm in the middle here. I have no idea if this is a good idea or not.
I think so. Let me ask you this. When was the last time that you actually watched a Jason Voorhees movie? Voorhees. How do you say his last name? Voorhees.
I've probably watched the first one.
I can't remember, bro. I can't remember, and I wake up on Friday the 13th in real life when there's actually a Friday the 13th, and I go, today's gonna be a good day. Because I've never been scared of Friday the 13th. I've never been scared of that idea. I've never been afraid of Jason Voorhees. I don't really know. I can't remember the last time I watched the full movie. So I think it's a good idea because I think this generation is a little bit. We're far removed from Friday the 13th and then those movies being very scary to us.
They've just made so many. I've never been scared.
But it's not. It hasn't been as overkilled as Halloween yet, and I'm actually surprised. And I'm actually impressed that it hasn't been.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm like, fine, modernize it, but let's do this the right way, man. Don't do this Halloween bullshit. Like,
well, it's a series and it's a prequel.
So we're gonna see his life and shit.
So I would assume it's called that. Crystal Lake. Crystal Lake is where
it's probably going to be the normal Crystal Lake and how it was before it was haunted and
shit. It's A24. A24 is famous for making very
I'm on it. I'm on board.
Oscar-worthy movies.
Yeah, so. I'm on board. I just need it to be legit, man. I need it to be the real. I need it to be like Conjuring level scary shit. You know, I need it to be like actually written well. You know, and I don't mean to like dump shit onto like recent horror films, but like for example, Halloween has been really stupid. You know, I thought Smile and Barbarian, like say what you want about those movies. I thought those were pretty solid.
Still haven't seen Barbarian, but yeah.
Those are pretty solid considering what we've gotten recently in terms of horror movies, but I still think we could do better, you know? I'm not even going to hate on those movies at all. They were good. I thought they were solid for what they are, but I still think we can do better, and I think we could do really well with these Friday the 13th characters. Honestly, Freddy scares the shit out of me.
What's the most recent classic horror movie you think?
Conjuring.
I was about to say, Conjuring's pretty classic.
Conjuring to me, Insidious is fucking classic.
Yeah, I agree.
That's my favorite horror movie in recent years.
Insidious
was crazy.
Was the first movie in a long time where I was actually like fucking
terrified.
Scared.
Are you fucking kidding me?
With the lights off.
I was terrified after.
Yeah.
And that's the one with
that fucking old lady.
Yeah. Through the window. I love that song, by the way. Banger.
It is banger.
Shout out to Tiny Tim.
I legitimately after that movie had a hard time sleeping with the light off.
I just had in general, there's a lot going on. I had a hard time looking at Darth Maul. Because that demon looks like Darth Maul. Yeah. I couldn't. I came home with Darth Maul. I couldn't see him and look him in the eyes anymore.
I see him the same way.
Yeah, my girl, like, she paints her face Darth Maul every night. She knows I like it, and I just couldn't. I had to take a break for a week after that. No, it's like that demon face was like crazy, dude. It was crazy when it popped up, and like
Demon face was crazy. Old lady face.
the jump
was
scares are crazy. Even the old lady was crazy, and you know, I don't know. Maybe not everybody, all horror fans love Insidious, but that was my favorite of recent years. I would say Insidious was my favorite, and I would consider that a classic. But the Conjuring movies have consistently banged every single time. Except, I don't know. I think so. The 3? How many are there? I know for sure.
It's 3.
The first 3 banged.
Yeah.
All of them. Bah, bah, bah.
The Conjuring movies specifically.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Sinister
banging.
2.
Bangers.
Have you seen Sinister?
Ooh, I have not.
Straight
I'm
up
scared.
classic.
I'm like
Straight up
terrified
classic.
to watch it.
Well, you watch it.
I'm scared.
I just watched it recently the other day. I'm like, this movie's so fucking good, bro. God damn it. It's another classic.
Yeah,
sure.
that's scary. You watched it the other day? Oh, like a
Yeah,
horror,
it was like Halloween. Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, I don't know.
I was October.
November, too late. My bad. I missed it. Sorry.
Yeah,
next year. I saw Sinister 2, the trailer, and I was like, I know
You got to see the first one.
I know it's probably bad.
Because I want to say, that the second one's not as great, but the first one is like, holy, like, it's fucking crazy.
I'm
Watch
scared.
it.
It looks scary, man.
Watch it, bro. Watch
Is it
it.
a ghost or is it a real person?
Just watch it. Watch it. And that's more than that for you. Watch
Because in the
it.
second one is like he's a ghost. My
such
girl
a
was like, no, in the
banger.
first one he's not. And I was like, well, he looks like a ghost in this one.
Just watch it, dude.
All right.
Watch it.
No more questions.
Anyways. Watch
But
it. Hey, even though it's past October, watch it.
But yeah, I'll say my classic horror movie, Conjuring and Insidious. Those are a couple.
I would
of
agree.
ones.
Conjuring.
Shout out to, what's his name, by the way? The man who plays what's his name? Patrick. That guy.
Patrick
Beast.
Yeah.
Legend. By the way.
You know the guy.
Yeah.
Known from Aquaman. Such roles as the brother of Aquaman.
Definitely not known as that at all. I don't think.
That was the joke, Josh.
Okay. I don't think anyone knows that. I watched
moving
the
on-
movie. I don't remember him being in it. Okay.
Yeah, he was the fucking villain.
Brother?
And,
Nice.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on from that, there is a delay on the next Star Wars movies.
Good.
And it is reportedly due to the fear and indecision at Lucasfilms. So it sounds like we're not going to get any.
Good, man. Let's talk about this.
Yes.
Not me and you, but I'm saying them. Let's talk about this. Let's sit. Let's have
Have a seat.
have some meetings. Just really plan this shit out. Lay the blueprint
Get
out.
far away from any of the trilogies.
Stay close.
No, dude.
Stay close.
Go to another galaxy far, far away, bro, and like tell a different
They should
story.
give us a real Baby Yoda story. What was Yoda doing back in the day, bro? Back 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Like, go back to that era. Go to that era. Because that's pretty far removed from everything. And it wouldn't affect that much of what happened.
But see, that's
He's
the thing.
1,000 years old.
Don't go to the past, dude. Don't go to the
1,000
past.
years
Go
old.
to new character.
Okay, maybe not go to Yoda's actual Baby Yoda, but go to Yoda's time. You know? Give us a flash, like a cameo of Baby Yoda. I'm not saying Guru, or whatever his name is. I'm saying actual Yoda.
Yeah.
I'm saying Yoda. You guys know what I'm fucking talking about?
But yeah,
actual
yeah.
Yoda, as he was a baby. That's 1,000 years ago. Go back to the invention of the lightsaber. Who created the lightsaber? What were they fighting with before the lightsaber? Were there Star Wars back then? If they didn't have the lightsaber, the technology wasn't that advanced, or were they have ships? They just weren't as good. What if they go all the way back in time and it's like this, like our world now?
How? No, that's
You know,
make one on Earth.
make a movie. Fuck Star Wars. No.
Take away the lightsabers. Take away the technology.
No, I'm saying you get to a point where it's that technology was so young that they weren't fighting with lightsabers yet, and they weren't necessarily having these full-on wars in space.
No, I don't like it. Just move to the future. Get away from other characters. I don't want to see fucking the same shit over and over again. Still have lightsabers, obviously, but new characters.
There's some real battles, man.
Nothing related to Skywalkers.
Can we be honest right here? There's only one Star Wars movie that's an actual war movie, and it's Rogue One.
And you've been
That's
saying
it.
that, and I agree with you. It is a war movie, but I thought Rogue One was okay, bro.
Wow.
I did not think it was that great.
I think it's one of the best Star Wars movies. I'm not even fucking with
I
you.
didn't agree. I don't agree.
I dead ass think it was.
don't
I don't
agree.
agree. I don't like the. Oh yeah, I'm mixing up my movies now, but Rogue One is one of the best.
I don't agree, bro. I don't agree. I think only episode
I wonder
7.
what the fucking Rotten Tomatoes would say.
But I feel like Rotten Tomatoes is gonna score all the recent ones pretty high,
Rogue One,
except for like the last one, episode 9.
Rogue One. No, I'm just interested to see. Okay, 84% Rotten Tomatoes. Is that the critics?
That's the critics?
score? I think so. Let's see.
I think it's always
84% critic score, 86% audience score. I think we're being real here, bro. It's a good movie.
I'm with
And I
the
think there's going to be a lot of
23% or whatever, 24%.
You think of what? Just zero?
No, I'm with the other side. That's like it's not good.
What would you consider the best Star Wars movie?
The best, like, of
What's
everything?
your favorite? Like, you think is the best altogether movie?
Probably
Phantom Menace.
No.
Why do people hate on that so much, bro? It's so good.
It's so good, but no. I would say probably episode. I gotta get my fucking numbers.
Here we go.
Episode 5.
Episode 5.
Revenge of the Sith.
It is The Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back. Empire Strikes Back is the best one, I think.
Okay. It has a 94% Rotten Tomatoes, 97% audience score.
Yeah, because I'm a fucking genius, bro.
Come on, bro. Let's be real here. Let's go back to the 80s and watch this movie again.
I'm gonna say episode 5 and episode 3 are the 1 and 2.
What do you think Phantom Menace has? Because I think it's the best.
Phantom Menace. I'm gonna say fan score. No, critic score is gonna be
a 40 something, bro.
55, and fan score 89.
Wow. 51%. That's a critic score. 59%.
Oh, come
audience score. I think they're hating, bro.
They're hating, bro.
Go back and watch that movie.
It's so good.
What's wrong with that movie? Can you guys tell me? Seriously, I just watched it recently. It's not recently, but I watched it. My girl and I had literally beginning of this year. We had a fucking marathon.
It's just popular to hate on those movies, but those movies are fucking fantastic.
I really think that one was good. Like I watched it again. I was like, this shit's good.
I would say like the story is kind of wonky, but I'm like, it's fine. It's good enough, bro. It's good enough. Lightsaber fights are fucking beast.
The best lightsaber fight, period.
Best fucking song in the entire series. Yeah. Best song.
Great fight.
Best lightsaber fight.
Best period.
Arguably, I mean, Anakin Obi-Wan.
Emotionally, Anakin and
that's what I'm saying.
Obi,
you gotta put that in. You gotta factor that in.
But just straight up fight scene? Come on.
Yeah.
Pound for pound.
Double lightsaber.
Pound for pound.
Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan.
Oh my god. And Qui-Gon Jinn dies? Spoiler.
Hey, watch the book.
Spoiler.
Anyways. My thing is, I'm gonna say, get away from everything. Go far into the future. Have another war, obviously, but
yeah, sure.
Have
a new
characters.
And let's not do this whole the empire's building up again.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on, bro.
Don't build another big ass ship.
You guys
with a laser on it.
Took advantage of the Nazis, and you basically it's the Nazis, bro.
Right.
You create a new story. The original story wasn't even original.
That's what I'm saying,
Get
bro.
away from that, bro.
That's what I mean.
Let's go real war movie shit. Let's go. Let's new storyline.
Yeah.
The Jedi have built back up, and they're back, baby.
Yeah.
It's the number one religion in the fucking universe. Yep. And that's what that.
And then just straight up, don't even do an empire. Don't do any of that shit. And straight up, Sith versus Jedi.
No, I would just do it like this. I would do, boom, you build it up, and the Jedi are perfect, and we've been fine for thousands of years. And they've been leading it for thousands of years. Futuristic shit's even more futuristic, and guess what? One Jedi is a fallen angel stealing Bible shit. We're still in the Bible now. Now we're still in the Bible.
Nice.
One angel fallen.
Stop stealing stories.
but still from the Bible in this
Go to the oldest story of all time.
And fallen angel falls and leads the way. And I'm not an empire.
Yeah.
Just leads leads a bunch of cause the odds are some Jedi, they go the wrong way, bro. They fall into drugs, they take advantage of the fact that they got, what? That's facts, right?
They start with marijuana and they just lead into...
They go to strip clubs. They got 3 titty aliens up on the poles, and they're out there drinking, having a good time, and they have the power to use the Force, but they know they can take advantage of it because, of course,
that's what I'm saying.
Everyone's power hungry. People are power hungry,
versus Jedi. Don't do an empire.
Exactly.
Just do Sith versus Jedi. Do a war, bro. That's it.
A war. All out war.
Light work.
And the whole thing is they're lining up, pew pew, half of them are on one side, half of them on this side, and then they're like,
pew pew.
Yeah. And they run at each other. I went one scene like that where they're running at each other, just hundreds of Jedi, hundreds of Sith with red, and just
I agree.
for 10 minutes straight, bro.
I agree. And I said, get away from everything, but definitely put that song in there.
Dude, all the songs. Don't go away from any of them.
No, but definitely that one.
Yeah.
It's
honestly,
Duel of Fates is that.
Yeah, they're like, Josh, how are you going to use a Darth Vader song? Someone visits his grave at some point in the movie.
Or just there's a new version. There's a new evil guy that's Darth Vader-ish. Don't say he's Darth Vader-ish.
He admires Darth Vader.
Yeah.
He has a book where
we're literally saying the storyline.
I know. Don't connect any of it.
No, don't connect it though.
Make sure they're all strings attached somehow to the past. They're going to mention the past, Jay. Come on. But go thousands of years in the future and then make it so.
No, you can mention
when you want to mention Darth Vader and stuff. You mention that these Sith, these bad guys,
right?
They follow a book. and it's about Darth Vader,
Right.
and his.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can mention them, but like, don't be like, this is connected to Skywalker and
By the way,
fucking Emperor.
Darth Vader was his 800th grandpa. What? Dun, dun. Yeah, I get it.
Great
I think
uncle.
we could kill it, bro. I think we could kill it if we wrote that
I'm
shit.
saying, Lucasfilm, hire us, bro.
Hire us. It won't even take that much money. Quick meal.
Couple mil.
Quick meal.
You a meal for you, a meal for me.
Oh, yeah, true facts.
Well. Anyways, lastly for movie news, Kristen Milioti?
Gotta show me her face.
Has been cast as Sophia Falcone in the Penguin series at HBO Max.
Let me see your face.
So, daughter of the Penguin, what?
Okay, go ahead.
Most famously known for being the mother in How I Met Your Mother.
What? Let me see your face.
You know. Kristen Milioti.
Kristen
Milioti, yeah.
Get it right.
She's the daughter of Falcone in the Penguin series.
Wait, what?
This is the Penguin that was in the new Batman movie.
I know that.
Yeah.
But didn't Falcone have a daughter, or did he just kidnapped? What's her name?
No, he
Kidnaps Black Widow. And she's just not in this movie for some reason. I guess it makes sense. She's
she was a love child or whatever. Like he had her with mistress or whatever.
Yeah, I was saying, isn't she Falcone's daughter?
Yeah, but you can't have multiple daughters, bro.
Yeah, sure. Do be fucking.
So she's been cast. Shout out to her. I love her and everything. She's in this like they've been doing this like end of the year Netflix kind of special things, and she's in it as like a Republican. That's like anti.
I'm just kidding, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's like, anti-vaccine and like, but she's like kind of dumb.
Okay.
So they're like,
they're poking fun at the
they're poking fun at like the logic.
Stuff.
Yeah, the logic of some of the stuff. So,
random. Why'd you say that? What'd you bring it up? Were you gonna make a point about that? Was she good?
No, she's good in it. She's funny. That's what I said.
You didn't say that. You were like, she was in this thing, bro. Anyways, and I'm like,
she's funny.
Bro,
I don't necessarily think that the entire thing is funny, but like her scenes are pretty funny.
Yeah. So. Well, I saw her in Modern Love. She's in an episode of Modern Love, and if you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend that show, by the way.
She's been in a few things. She was in
she's a great actor.
A Black Mirror episode. Mm-hmm. She's been in a lot of stuff, but when she's in stuff, I'm like, yeah, cool. I would like
she's the mother,
for her to be successful. So
she's the mother, and they robbed her of season 9. To be honest, How Much Mother, my favorite show of all time, but. It is my favorite show of all time, but you definitely fumbled the bag in the 9th season. Yeah. Anyways, we'll move off of that.
So that does it for movie news. If I miss anything, let me know down below or on Twitter, media_mixtape. We will be getting into the Drake and 21 Savage album this upcoming episode. So look forward to that. It was supposed to be this week's topic. And 40 unfortunately got COVID, but it sounds like he's good, and that the album should come out this week. So
perfect.
Yeah. So we're going to get into our top 5.
Oh, no music news?
No, there's nothing. I don't know what happened because we used to get music news a lot.
Decent amount, yeah.
Just nothing worth talking over. So
yeah, I agree.
So we're going to get to our top 5 list, top favorite. I was trying to make us do one list, but
Jake and I have different opinions,
for whatever
bro.
reason.
I mean, you be pulling out some crazy shit out your ass, bro. I can't trust you when you do the lists that just come together, man.
I don't, bro.
Sometimes. Some topics I'm like, yeah, for sure. For sure we'll do a combo list on this one. But
what I'm going to say,
I don't trust you, bro.
What I'm going to say is that my top 5
sucks.
I'm not going to say it sucks, but it's definitely like more commercial.
That's what I say too, yeah. I think so. That's what I'm saying. If you're a Migos fan, I don't think you'll love our list.
I don't have a lot of deep cuts.
But if you're a general Migos fan, I think you might like our list. I think you might agree with our list a little bit. Yeah. These are my favorites. These are my, again, favorites that I personally listen to that I'm like, that's fucking fire. Yeah. Shout out to Migos. Love this song.
Facts.
Starting off with number 5. Jake, go ahead. Give me your number 5.
My number 5 is going to be Stir Fry.
Oh, that's a good song.
We're going to like a Stir Fry. This song just gets me hyped, man.
Yeah. It's a good song.
It's definitely like...
I feel like any song with the Migos, I mean, just hype.
It's a song you like put in a shoe commercial. Is it in a shoe commercial?
Maybe.
I don't say that in a negative way.
It's in a commercial.
Yeah,
for sure.
Say that in a negative way. It's a song that you listen to and you go, oh, fuck yeah. Like, I want to fucking, you know what I mean?
I want to cook up some stir fry.
And when it came out, I just, it's one of those songs where I'm like, Migos, another radio hit or whatever.
Yeah,
This one was just different for me.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot, and everybody's great on it, without a doubt. So
yeah, for sure.
That's my number 5.
I agree. That's a good one. It's a good pick. Moving to my number 5. It didn't make my list, by the way. Stir fry did not make my list. So already different.
Hater.
Already different. My number 5, this is just a personal favorite, guys. I know people are going to hate on it. Jake's probably going to laugh at me for having it on here. But he can attest to this. When it first came out, I was like, yo, everybody listen to this fucking song. And Jake was like, it's not that good, bro. And I was like, it's pretty good. Having Our Way, Migos featuring Drake. Love the Drake. Fuck it, I'm making them play.
That was good.
I think this is a great song to also talk about specifically with the situation, obviously, trying to honor the life of and career of Takeoff. Drake in the track, Love the Drake. The hook, he says, what is he? How's the hook go now? I gotta sing the whole thing. Love the Drake. Fuck it, I'm making them pay.
Says something about Takeoff.
I'm having my way. Quavo is having his way. Offset be having his way.
Yeah.
And like a third Migo, why? Take. And that's so sick. Obviously, he's saying I take off.
Yeah.
And then when Takeoff, it's like the whole song is kind of orchestrated for Takeoff. And like you have that where Drake's hyping him up a little bit. Drake has a super long verse and he kills it and goes off. Quavo and Offset share a verse, essentially. Yeah. And then go back to the hook again, and then boom, Takeoff gets his whole own verse at the end. Yeah. And I was 17 on the song with Drake. And it reminded me, that line reminds me of like, yeah, dude, he was literally 17 on a song with Drake, and we'll talk about that song at some point, I'm sure, in the top 5.
Crazy.
And again, it goes back to like, damn, really Takeoff was doing this for a long time and still only 28 years old, such a successful career. But yeah, I just thought that verse was fire. Takeoff goes off, obviously, on that verse, but in the entire trio, along with Drake, obviously, they never missed when they worked together, I don't think. Even Walk It Like I Talk It, I didn't like it that much because the hook was kind of repetitive.
Yeah.
But shout out to that track, too. That's a song that I think grew on me for sure over time. So
yeah,
I don't think these guys ever missed together, and so I got to throw a Migos and Drake track in here.
No, it's a great pick, and like you said, I can attest to it. You listen to that, you played a lot. So moving on to my number 4. Damn, I'm kind of debating right now.
Mixing it up a little bit. I'll go to my number 4. You want to think more? You want to need more time?
No. Okay. My number 4 is Slide. Calvin Harris featuring the Migos and Frank Ocean.
Underrated.
Super underrated.
I forgot they're on that song.
My biggest point about this song is that, yes, it's technically mainly like a Frank Ocean and Calvin Harris song.
Yeah.
But the Migos fit so perfectly on this track, and they shouldn't, really.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's
like this poppy...
It's Calvin Harris.
It's like, like this.
Calvin Harris. But you gotta go back to like... Damn, Quavo fucking goes off on that. I was about to start singing his verse, but it goes back to like... just giving them credit for like everything they've done for the hip hop community, and for hip hop in general. Like that's a track that you wouldn't assume they would fit on. It's Frank Ocean, it's Calvin Harris, and yet the Migos go on there and they show like their versatility. And they show like, yeah, they have very similar vibe for a lot of their tracks that are kind of like, you want to bump and you want to just kind of vibe.
Even on this track, like it's not like they jump out of their style.
They do the same shit. Yeah,
it just fits.
They make it fit in a certain way, and it just again kind of shows their versatility and their ability, and how they were willing to do that. Like that's impressive too. Like to step out of a little bit of their comfort zone and hop on a track with Calvin Harris and Frank Ocean. Yeah. It's not easy to do. If it was easy to do, everyone would do it. And so I think impressive for them, and shout out to them for making it happen.
Fantastic song. And shout out to fucking Calvin Harris for even thinking of
about
like
that, or whoever orchestrated that.
Somebody figured out like let's put fucking the Migos on here and it's gonna sound great. And it did. So
shout out to Migos.
My number 4.
Yeah, so I'm going to my number 4. I feel like this is one that maybe people are gonna have higher on their list. I just don't want to give it too much credit. It's a great song, hella overplayed, but you got to put it on the list. Bad and Bougie is my number 4.
Man, you were talking shit right before this fucking podcast started. Bad and Bougie is great. Bad and Bougie is great for me.
Yeah. Lil Uzi Vert, bro.
For me, it was a little overplayed. I think it's a great song. For me, it's a little overplayed.
Yeah,
but it's fantastic. I mean, it dominated the airwaves for sure.
It's
when
overplayed.
It came out.
You go right now to Apple Music though. That's the number 1 song on the Migos. A lot of people know that song. It's very well known. I felt like out of respect for the track, I kind of had to put it on here.
Yeah.
I believe it was Takeoff that's not on that track, right?
I don't.
The Takeoff is Offset. I always get confused because they were so young at the time. They looked so different. So I don't
remember. I mean, I haven't heard that song in a minute. So
I believe it was Takeoff that was off that track, and then there was a whole thing that had that video.
Oh, because I think it was because like Takeoff wasn't on there and Uzi was on there.
No. Only one of the Migos is missing. So two of the Migos is there.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Takeoff?
Takeoff was off.
He said Offset right now.
Oh, my bad. Takeoff was off the track, and people were saying, why isn't Takeoff on the track?
Yeah, and Uzi was. Yeah, it was a whole thing. So So yeah, it was a whole thing they talked about. So unfortunately, yeah, it's a track I'm trying to pay tribute to Takeoff, and he's not on it. But I didn't want to shout out to that song for repping the Migos in general. It's a massive song, and I got to give it some credit. It's got to be top 5. If I have to go word for word, like how many like lyrics that I know from all the Migos songs, that's one of the ones I could probably sing a rap back to you. Even though I haven't heard it in a while.
I probably can, but I gotta hear it.
Yeah. You can practice once.
Moving on to my number 3. My number 3, yeah. I mean, arguably this could be my number 1, but I got respect for these other 2 songs that are ahead of it. So, Walk It Like I Talk It, featuring Drake. Talk about.
I'm surprised you. I mean, I just talked shit about it right now. Yeah.
It is my favorite collaboration between them. Mm-hmm. Because
your favorite?
Yes, it's my favorite collaboration.
Because of video.
Walk It Like I Talk It. I just think. Obviously, Drake is great on it, but it's just like obviously, and the video too adds to it for sure. But when it came out, the amount of times I had this on repeat, it was like insane. It just like. It just fucking just a cool, like there's no like special thing about it. It's just a fucking cool song with a great collaboration. My favorite artist.
I always thought the hook was a little bit much for me, a little bit too annoying for me to really fully love this song completely. But I told you right now, it definitely grew on me. Like I hated it at first because of the hook. People talk smack about Drake on it. I was talking about this before the podcast with you. Like people were talking smack about Drake on it, and I was like, "What is he supposed to do, man?" They're just saying "Walk It Like I Talk It" the whole time. But then I really sat with the song, and I was like, "Man!" And the video came out, and I was like, "Dude, come on!" Because like the whole thing is like of them just kind of rocking with like it, groovy. Like they're in like this groovy fucking what Soul Train kind of fucking dance line. They come out, Drake's being goofy as shit with the fucking fro, and the fact that Migos are down to do the same shit too, and dress up and be kind of dorky.
No, they're like dancing.
Like
they're like dancing and shit. Is Offset or is it Take? Fuck, I don't remember. No, it's Offset. Offset's like pop locking and shit, right?
Yeah,
in the video. Like
so just the fact that they were all down to kind of hop on. The amount of
joy I've gotten out of this song is why I have it on my list.
Exactly. The fact they're all down to hop on and be goofy and be funny and just kind of make a track that like they didn't take themselves too seriously, you know? Like, yeah, say what you want about this track, but like, hey, it's fucking groovy. You're gonna vibe with it. Walk it like I talk it. Hey, walk it like I talk it. I gotta stay on my zone. Fucking Drake came in, kills it. Yeah, I think overall, I like it. I like that it's on.
It's just a fun track. It's the whole thing. I had a lot of joy with it when this track came out. So
for sure.
You want to go to your number 3?
Yes, my number 3. I don't know how people feel about this one. Maybe it's a commercial hit. Maybe it was overplayed. I don't know. But I got "Fight Night" by the Migos on here.
Wow,
hit them with a left, hit them with a right.
I'm gonna bitches up like "Fight Night." That's a great song.
R.I.P. to Nate, dog. I had that resonate. And shit.
Yeah, it's a great song. I'm just surprised it's in your top 5.
Yeah, I love it. I love the song. I think it's a great track. I think it's an underrated track. I think
Rick Ross
people have forgotten about it a little bit. I think Rick Ross has a verse on it. I actually don't know. It doesn't say he's featuring on Apple Music, but I heard it back today, going back through some of the old Migos tracks that I have, and I was like, you know what, man, this is a track that I got to give a shout out to. I think one of the OGs.
It's not. He's not on there. So.
Yeah, one of the OG tracks that I think hit for me.
The bitches out like fight.
Yeah, probably one of the first ones that I was like, oh shit, you know, Migos are
again another commercial song. Like,
that's what I was gonna say.
Put it in a commercial
for sure.
No, I'm saying put it in a commercial.
But it is commercial too. We hit the radio a lot. Yeah.
But I know I like it. I like it. It's just top 5 is
all right. Fuck you. How about that?
And like I said before, these next 2, I just have a lot of respect for them, which is why I have them so high. I mean, they're in my top 5 for a reason. I do like them. I just felt like, honestly, Walk It Like I Talk It probably could have been number 1 just because I love it so much. But number 2, T-shirt.
I have the same number 2.
Me.
Hey, I don't know what it was, bro. When I first heard that song, it just was one of my favorite Migos songs.
And this is like what people feel about Bad and Bougie is how I feel about T-shirt.
Love T-shirt, bro.
And again, the video is sick as fuck, bro. Yeah. Like the video is sick as fuck. They're in the snow
Mama
and there's
told me not to sell work.
So I just when it's like I said,
Mama told me not to sell work.
When it came out, what Bad and Bougie was to everybody, that's what T-shirt was to me. I'm like, man, the song is just fucking.
I was in the same boat. Everyone was hyped about Bad and Bougie, and I was like, I'll play it, I'll bump it, I like it. But I would go to T-shirt right after.
Yeah.
And that was the track that I would bump and I would listen to. And
T-shirt was the track where I'm like, oh fuck yeah, the Migos
are sick.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
These fools are sick.
Migos are fucking fire as fuck.
Yeah, they're dope as fucking. So how about number 2 as well?
Yeah.
So shout out to that track. I love it.
We have the same number 1 too, brother.
We do have the same number 1. Easily, we have the same number 1. But I will say, like, yeah, this is my favorite track. And you got to realize, like, I'm also 24 years old. So, like, the Migos have been rapping for roughly 10 to 12 years, right? I'm 24. So I was 12 when they started, maybe younger than that. And so obviously my Migos fandom is going to be hit or miss with some of the stuff. So, but with this one T-shirt, I was in high school, I believe, early in high school when this track came out. And, I'm just bumping it, going to school on my way home. And I just thought it was one of the hardest tracks I heard out of a group that I wasn't really a super fan of at the time. So this kind of made me kind of inch more back into, all right, cool, the Migos are back and they're dope. Because I know for a few years I heard the Migos, and we'll talk about that with my number 1. It's a little bit more of an OG track for them. So I heard the Migos when I was younger, but then hadn't heard them in a few years, and then boom, all of a sudden they kind of came back with this eruption with Bad and Bougie, and it felt like, for me at least, that they came back out of nowhere. And so T-shirt was one of those ones I'm like, all right, I got to start giving these dudes some more play and listen to them a little bit more, And but yeah, going back to my number 1, our number 1, it's automatic, it's a layup. Anything with Drizzy Drake, we got to hype up. But this might just be.
It's
definitely my favorite. It might be their best, but it also is my favorite.
Yeah,
for sure, my favorite Migos song.
I was gonna say the exact same thing.
It might be their best though. I don't mean to disrespect any music that they came out with after this song. I just feel like, for me personally, I listen to it and I go, they were just so good on this track.
Yeah, it's just
maybe because they were hungry and they were younger. I don't know, but
it's just like the first time we heard them. But obviously,
I'm talking about Versace, Medusa, head on me like I'm Illuminati. Versace remix with Drake is what we're talking about specifically.
And again, a track that, like, obviously, yes, Drake brought it to the masses, but with or without Drake,
yeah,
that song would have been huge.
That's the important thing, is that, like, I mean, they did drop Versace without Drake, right? Because Drake was a remix.
Yeah, Drake was a remix. What I'm saying is, like, we didn't hear it as what Drake was on.
That's what I'm saying. I was going to say, I unfortunately needed Drake to be on it because I wouldn't have heard it otherwise.
That's why I disagree. I think eventually
maybe
Versace would have hit.
Sure, maybe. Yeah.
You know what I mean? The radios. I think obviously when Drake hops on it,
yeah, sure,
it's a different story.
But Drake helped it, right?
Yeah.
Explode, obviously, to the masses, like Jake said. Helped me hear it for sure. And but overall, that's when my first time. I'm pretty sure 99% sure that was my first time ever hearing the Migos.
Versace is like seeing Jordan's first game-winning shot. You know what I mean?
I get, yeah, sure.
I mean, obviously that's heavy, but what I'm saying is, like, it's just that their first moment.
Yeah, like to us at least.
Yeah,
to us,
where you go, holy fuck.
Yeah,
these fools are sick.
Yeah. Again, Drake helped it, but I think overall it was me figuring out who the Migos were and realizing, oh shit, these guys are pretty dope. Again, I think obviously I don't know their full story about. They stopped making music for a couple years, right? Yeah. Obviously, so I don't know their full story about when they started making music, when they stopped, but I do know that this was the first track I heard by them. Heard the Migos, thought they were sick, and when they finally came back with all this, the Bad and Bougie, the T-shirt, before they came out with Motorsport and all that stuff. It was my first time hearing them, so when they did come out with all that stuff, I was like, "Oh shit, the Migos!" I haven't heard them since fucking Versace,
right?
And so helped me kind of go back and listen to them more too. So I don't know, this is one of those tracks for me. Every time I hear Migos, I think Versace. Yeah, that's what it is for me.
I think Versace. Again, I mean, I think about this top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
But Versace is just It's like I said, it's like the first step on the moon. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
and that's the track that I think Takeoff's talking about him being on the song with Drake when he was 17. So obviously he was very young on that track. But overall, man, it goes back to, like, obviously we want to celebrate Takeoff's life and Takeoff's career since he is no longer with us. But it's the reality of the situation. I know there were some rumors about them breaking up, but I mean, with no Takeoff, there's no more Migos, and so it is unfortunate reality about the situation, and why we want to celebrate them as a group as well was because of that reason alone. Without Takeoff, there's no Migos, and it's the end of an era, and it's a tragic ending to a man's life, a young man's life who had his whole life ahead of him, whole career ahead of him, and very, very unfortunate. Sad. Again, condolences to his friends and family, and just shouldn't happen, man. And it's just kind of one of those things. You got to kind of keep talking about it. And I feel like everyone says it every single time, and no one really wants to get serious about it. But seriously, man, we got to stop with this stuff, man. Like, losing rappers so young. P&B Rock just passed away like a month or two ago.
For dumb reasons, man.
For
dumb reasons too.
For reasons that just they didn't really do that much wrong. They didn't do anything wrong really. What else could they have done? They're just in the wrong place, kind of wrong time. Some of these rappers.
Yeah.
I don't know we don't know the exact details about Takeoff, but feels like and just a super unfortunate situation that he didn't have much control over really.
Yeah.
Same thing with like P&B Rock and certain rappers like that. It's just like super unfortunate, man. It just can't keep happening.
Yeah.
So very sad.
Rest in peace to Takeoff. Condolences to everybody involved.
Mm-hmm.
Sad news for sure, but that's why we wanted to celebrate his life. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode and
let us know your favorite Migos tracks. I know Takeoff had his own. He went on his own for a bit and kind of was doing a lot of features here and there. And he didn't do that a lot, but at least from what I had seen. But I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff that flew under Jake and I's radar of him working with rappers that Jake and I just haven't really heard of that much of. So hey, shoot us into the comments on YouTube or hit us up on Instagram or Twitter at media_mixtape. Hit us all of the Takeoff tracks verses that you think are showing of him, being the great rapper that he was. And we'll definitely check him out and give you a little shout out, for doing that, or at least respond to you. Any Instagram or Twitter DM we get, we'll respond and thank you for doing that. Cause steer me in the right way of great music, man. And obviously I want to celebrate his life
for sure.
Go back and revisit some of the stuff that he did that was, that I maybe have not heard. Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's going to do it for this episode. If you guys enjoyed it, let us know down below or on Twitter, media_mixtape. If you guys want to follow us directly, I'm OBJack, OBEEJAC. You can follow Josh at
Josh__G, 2 H and 2 E's. If that's too confusing for you, actually, it's not in front of me because there's no camera in front of me.
On the screen.
No camera in front of me, Jake.
It should be on the screen.
What's going on? Where are you going to put it, Jake?
I'll put it on the screen.
If you guys
are on the screen.
If you guys look on the screen and you think it's on the screen, look at the screen right now. I'm pointing at it, pretending actually I'm pointing. So imagine me pointing, and Jake is going to put it in there supposedly.
So go ahead and follow us there. If it's not on the screen,
it's not there.
Go ahead and it's down in the description wherever you're watching or listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. That's going to do it for this week, and we will talk to you guys next week.
Peace.